Hey, what is up guys? So we got some amazing support announced for Cyber Dragons. It's called Cyber Dragon Infinity. It's a new Exceed monster coming out in Crossover Souls. This is a rank 6 with 2100 attack, and it requires 3 level 6 light machine type monsters. Don't worry, it's really easy to get out actually. So you can Exceed summon this by actually just throwing it on top of a Cyber Dragon Nova once per turn, and then the materials attached to that also get attached to this. And then it gains 200 attack for each material attached to it. Once per turn, you can target one face-up attack position monster on the field, attach it to this card as a face-up XYZ material. Once per turn during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated, you can detach one material on this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. And I was like, wow, that card is really, really cool, because if you guys have played Cyber Dragons, it's relatively easy to make Cyber Dragon Nova, which is just 2 level 5 machine type monsters, and there's a lot of free advantage in the Cyber Dragon deck to basically pull off this card, so you won't really have to invest into extra cards to get this card out. But what I really love with this card is it basically absorbs your opponent's monster, and if they have any response, you just negate the response, and then you absorb it anyways, and then you get that bonus attack. Now, from the top of my head, I mean, maybe you want to activate this effect, maybe you don't. Either way, as soon as you get out the card, because let's say you go for Cyber Dragon Nova, you don't detach anything, you keep both materials attached to Cyber Dragon Nova, then you go ahead and just throw this card on top. You already have 3 cards attached to this card, so you're going to have his attack boosted up by 600. Then you're going to absorb your opponent's monster, so that's going to add another 200. So that's an additional 800 attack because you have 4 materials attached to it. So that's 2,900. And again, if your opponent tries to stop you from absorbing their monster, you just negate it. So I find this card to be absolutely amazing, and it's really going to make Cyber Dragons much better. And that's why we're making a video just on this card. Now, I was reading about how to actually pull off this card even easier. You can use Inferno Reckless Summon with the other cards, because some of the cards, they count as Cyber Dragon anyways, and you can go ahead and just bring out a bunch of monsters, and if your opponent is going to bring out a monster with Inferno Reckless Summon, of course you just absorb it. So I think this is really, really cool that they're making Cyber Dragons really viable. This definitely gives a huge boost to them. But I want to know, guys, because I haven't really played Cyber Dragons, maybe some of you other players that play Cyber Dragons, how do you make this card much easier other than using Inferno Reckless Summon? There's also Machine Dupe that you could potentially use in the deck, because a lot of the cards they count as Cyber Dragon anyway, so you can just pump out more extra cards. Because what I want to try to do is try to bring out like 2 of these, because if you can have 2 of these, that's just going to be really, really hard for most decks to deal with, because it's got so much material that you can just detach with, and you know, obviously once it comes out, it usually is going to absorb 1 monster. It does have to be face up and in attack position, but pretty much whenever someone makes something in Yu-Gi-Oh, it's going to be face up and in attack position that they go for. Then you just be like, oh, that's going to go ahead and be mine, and you get to negate. Oh my gosh, this card is too good, man. But yeah, like I said, let me know, guys, how do you bring out Cyber Dragon Nova besides the machine duplication and besides the Infernal Reckless Summon? I'm sure there's actual other ways, and this does require machine type monsters, whereas this also requires the machine type monsters. Not that that's really difficult. I believe you can use like what is it? Quick Draw is also a level 5 machine. I think that there's a lot of other cards, but I want to make a Turbo Cyber Dragon deck. As soon as this card, the Cyber Dragon Infinity, comes out on DevPro, I will be testing this out like crazy, because I think it's pretty viable. Plus, I mean, when you can run cards like Limit and Removal, that's a pretty, and you have Limit and Removal and you have Double Honest now. So I think the deck is kind of viable, realistically. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I bet you Cyber Dragon players are super happy. And like I said, let me know any combos or any other ways to bring out this card, because all I want to do is try to spam out this card. Because I think Cyber Dragons have such cool artwork, but they never really took off as a deck, as an archetype. They never were meta, even though they have a bunch of support. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Azneyes out.